All right, let's take a look at this. I don't even know if this is like real or whatever. It says Gacha Smack clips. There's only 33 subs, 19 views, but this is Gacha Smack's message to Gacha React CCs. Kind of sounds like me. All right, let's take a look.
I think this is, I've seen this a lot with React streamers these days. React streamers.
That's me. Wait, that's me. Wait, what? Wait, Akron had a thumbnail like that for me? He had my VTuber model?
Not contributing to the...
Oh, okay, there's my video right there. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna listen to what he has to say after, I guess.
The content creator that they're reacting to, they're not contributing to their content in a positive manner for the content creator. What I've seen these days is that they're like...
No, yeah, my contribution was not positive. It wasn't positive. It was purely for my own benefit. But I also thought that it would be something entertaining for viewers to watch, 100%.
Step on them to lift themselves up and make themselves appear smarter. And it's like a clout chase to give themselves more clout. I've seen this. I'm not saying you're guilty of it if you're a React streamer. I'm telling you, I see this a lot these days. When in reality, if you're gonna monetize somebody else's content, the least you can do is try your hardest to avoid shitting on that creator or making them look worse or making their content look worse. At least try to help them gather their thoughts. Like if I was a React streamer, the last thing I'm gonna do is shit on somebody and I'm monetizing their content. I'm gonna try my hardest to, even if they're making shit points, to try to help them find those points, because I am, you know, it's just proper etiquette or like common decency as a tribute to me doing 1/10 of the work that they did on the content that they made. But I see these days, especially people that you're acquainted with, they'll react to your video and the last thing on their mind is what it's doing to you. You know, they don't.
I mean, that is true, right? Because it isn't really about the person I'm like reacting to or whatever. It really is just simply about making entertaining content for people that want to watch it. And there are a lot of people who are tuning into the drama, the React stuff. So, I mean, like, I don't really, one thing for sure that I wanted to make sure I never did was apologize for it. Because at the end of the day, it was for that intent. The intent was to promote myself and promote my channel. But it wasn't supported or substantiated by anything false. Was it selfish? Yeah, 100% was selfish. You know, I didn't know EO prior to this. I occasionally send a DM or two to him now, I guess. But would I do it again? I feel like I would. It was right, I guess. You know, I wasn't wrong. But that obviously doesn't always matter, for sure. I don't know. I don't really know how else I could say it besides, like, I did what I did, and I don't think I can apologize for it, I guess.
Who cares? Like, they take a shit in your lawn and they expect you to pick it up, and if you say anything,
he seems pretty emotional about
and
it.
you have an ego.
But
right?
I mean,
if I draw a line and I say, yo, bro, hey, you just shit in my lawn, you gonna pick that up? No, I'm not. And that's not my fault either. Like, so when I cook back, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden I'm egotistical and I'm overly sensitive. Nope. And let this be a message. I'm talking to content creators. I'm talking to people in real life. It's not even got to pertain to content. If a motherfucker tries to tell you that you are too egotistical and that you're overly sensitive because you chose to defend yourself, that's a gaslight, and you don't let that shit slide. Draw the line every time. In fact, your ego needs to be bigger than Vulcan standing on top of Tectone's shoulders with Escanor on top of his shoulders at noon. A wise man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like egotistical in content creation. At the end of the day, like, everyone is out there trying to promote themselves and market themselves as the guy to watch, right? So yeah, I mean, like, YouTube comments are gonna say everything, right? YouTube comments are gonna do everything they can to, like, armchair psychologist, disparage. Same thing over here, I armchair psychologist. But I don't think that it is so wrong to try to do your job to entertain people. Mr. Pokey called him egotistical, that's why he's responding. Yeah, but I mean, everything Gacha Smack is saying here directly speaks to what I am and what I've been doing too. And yeah, I mean, obviously it does suck, you know, when you're on the receiving end of the drama. I feel like, though, he wasn't on the receiving end for that much, Gacha Smack. I feel like it feels more like he feels sad for, like, what EO went through, and for sure, like, what EO went through kind of sucked ass. Like that sucked a lot of dick. But the outcome wasn't something I predicted, and it wasn't anything that I don't know, like it being kind of brought up again and, you know, using that as ammunition to kind of dogpile on him again. That wasn't something I feel like I could have foreseen. I feel like this was just content that I thought I could bring out and explain well, because I knew about the technical stuff he was talking about and that it would be entertaining to someone. And I feel like, I don't know if you could fault that, I guess. I don't know if I can truly feel bad about that. Can I feel bad that the other person was on the receiving end of a lot of, like, how would you say it? Like a disproportionate amount of hatred? Yeah, I could feel, I feel bad about that. But I feel like I would always do it again and again and again. I feel like there's no world where I wouldn't have done it.
What's that? You give a motherfucker an inch, they're gonna take a mile. So the minute they take that inch.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, 100%. Be careful, Renu. You don't want to go too deep into drama because it's all fun. It's fun and all, but when you are receiving the heat, you might not like it. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. It kind of feels like I'm about to receive my just desserts. Because I am, like, really farming all this shit. But, I feel like I'm being pretty straightforward. And I'm being pretty honest with my intent. And I feel like that's what we're all here to do, is to farm and to make entertaining content. And if EO continues to do what he does, continues to upload, continues to make good videos, it's gonna all brush over and he's gonna not benefit from it, but he'll be fine. You know, as long as it's a critique against the point and not the person, then it's actually fine. That's what that is like, how I think about it, right, is kind of similar, and this might be like super off base and maybe not something everyone can agree with, but like think about like VTubers, for example. What do VTubers do? Usually the thing that they're marketing is a parasocial relationship with them, right? It is getting to know them, getting acknowledged by them talking back to you, right? Responding to you directly. And it is that kind of parasocialism that they sell, that they market, right? And sometimes it gets into like, you know, flirty. It's flirty. It's very flirty, right? And then you have the audience. You have some people who are of sensible mind, who are of sound mind, who can say like, okay, this is just fun content. I'm having fun with this. This is something that I can enjoy. I know it's not real. It's a fucking anime girl on, you know, my computer screen. Of course it's not real. Okay? I can have fun with this fake parasocial relationship and enjoy myself that way. You know, just enjoy the flirtiness, the memes of it all, right? So you have those people. You have people of sound mind that can enjoy the content for what it is. And then you have the other side of it, the other audience who are basically just getting way too deep into it, who think they're actually married with the VTuber, who think that they are actually like committed to them, or like who would get their feelings extremely hurt if that VTuber were to like have a boyfriend or a significant other. You know what I mean? And I feel like, should the content not exist because there are dumbass people? Is my question. Is it wrong for the content to exist just because there are people who would take the content in the totally wrong way and be extremely unhealthy with it, when there are people who can enjoy the content for what it is and not be fucking ridiculous about it? You know what I mean? So it's like, what I did with my EO video, I attacked what he said. I attacked what he was saying, right? And I tried very, very hard not to attack the person and to try to be as respectful as possible. And I feel like I did a good job at it. I feel like it kind of spiraled out of control when there were like so many other people reacting to it. but I don't know how much responsibility I have for that, I guess. You know what I mean? I feel like I can't really take responsibility for all of that because I definitely never knew it would go that way. So, and at the end of the day, if I made the content for what it was and I made it to attack what he said, and there are people who can understand that, how can I control the people that don't understand it? How can I be held responsible for the people who don't understand it, who use it as ammunition, who use it to attack him? I don't know how I can be made to feel guilty about that, you know? So I won't. And I don't think I should apologize. Maybe my mind would change later, but how I'm thinking about it now is that I can't. There's no way I can apologize for something like that. If there are people who can take the content the right way, why would I not make the content for those people? And of course, like, I acknowledge and understand that there would be people who would take it the wrong way, who would use it maliciously, but I didn't make the content for them. I made it for myself. At the end of the day, I only want to entertain people. And if people find this entertaining, I'll do it. I'll continue to react to this, and that, you know, because I think it's fun. It's engaging. I feel like I usually contribute a lot with either my emotions or something technical that I can explain from someone who's played games all their lives. And, oh, sorry. I was talking about this, and that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I can't feel sorry about it, you know? I shouldn't. So, I won't.
Yeet! Hey, right here, brother. You cross it, I'm knocking your head off your shoulders. Draw that line every time, and if they take issue with it, tell them, hey, don't watch my content. That's simple. You got a problem with my ego? You got a problem with my sensitivity? Well, just don't watch my content. That's what I'm gonna say about that situation. The last thing I want to end off with, Pokey, and anybody else, you can disagree with my content. You can bake my ass. You can roast me, make fun of me, laugh, right? You know what I mean? Like, talk about my damn wrinkles, my big forehead, whatever.
I got way more wrinkles.
My one rule, do not take me out of context and do not try to misrepresent my point of view. Argue for your behalf. Argue on your behalf, but don't argue for me, because chances are your ass is missing the mark every time, you know? So it's like, do not misrepresent my point of view and do not take me out of context. If you cannot pay me this bare minimum requirement, just don't watch my content. That's all I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna wrap it up. This is my last time talking about this shit too. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
I mean, when I reacted to his video, it was a whole hour-long video. And it had every part of his video in it. I didn't cut any part out. And I think actually a lot of people were very critical of me. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? I was on the bad receiving end of it. You know what? I lost there. There you go. I lost there, right? But I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do, right? I don't feel like there's any reason why I shouldn't. Yeah, I didn't cut anything he said. Anything that he could have said, someone else could have corrected and came to their own conclusion about. And that's usually what I try to maintain whenever I do these react videos. And I feel like that's enough. And maybe, unfortunately, I feel like I am, like, if anyone were to see the content that I was making, I would probably rub a lot of these people the wrong way. But I don't know. I don't feel like it is so morally wrong when the biggest content creator in the space kinda does very similar things. Maybe not exactly the same. I don't know. Maybe there's some mystical sauce that my content is missing that somehow doesn't permit me the pass. But I can't see it. Maybe you guys can explain that to me. But I don't really know. I have the whole video. I have all his statements there. I make my own conclusions. I share my thoughts about what he says, right? And that's... I don't know what other credit I could put in there. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like this is a lot to kind of think about. I don't know. My conclusion so far isn't, I feel like I don't think I ought to feel sorry about anything I do. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about my thoughts on this.